Imagine a village in Pakistan where there is no road, no car, no motor, and not even a path for bicycles. A place where, to reach it, a person must leave the comfort of the city behind and rely solely on their own footsteps. Picture this. As the city of Skardu slowly fades into the distance, the noise of voices gradually dissolves into silence. The air grows colder, the shadows of your feet deepen, and a narrow, winding trail brings a person extremely close to nature. At every step, you feel that life here is not easy, but it is absolutely real. Dear friends, this village is not very far in distance, but it is incredibly far in feeling. Just a 40-minute walk uphill from Skardu, yet after completing this journey, it feels as if a person has not left a city, but an entire world behind. A world where dirt paths replace roads and human effort replaces machines. The most unique aspect of this place is that it is not just a village, it is Pakistan's first organic village. Peace be upon you. How are you? Everything that grows from the land here does so without chemicals, entirely according to the laws of nature. But behind this beauty lies a harsh reality as well. Scarcity of water, extreme weather, and the burden of carrying everything on foot. As we move forward, the Indus River comes into view, flowing steadily with its natural rhythm. This river is not merely part of the scenery, it is a vital lifeline for the village. Settled along its banks, this small village tells its story in silence, without noise, without spectacle. And when a person stands in this place, only one thought revolves in the mind. When there are no roads, no electricity, and no conveniences, does the real test of life begin? Or does nature make the decisions, and humans simply learn to walk alongside them? The impact of these natural decisions is clearly visible in the village's environment, its solitude, and its harsh conditions. The location of this village is not just a small dot on a map, but a place where nature exists in its full intensity. Towering mountains all around, the Indus River flowing below, and in between this small settlement, adjusting its life every single day according to weather, time, and the temperament of nature. The weather here is never truly welcoming. Even in summer there is a chill in the air, and in winter that chill becomes hard like stone. Snow falls, paths grow even more difficult, and walking on foot becomes not just a journey, but a trial. That is why living here is not merely living, it is a daily decision to survive. The most defining feature of this village is its isolation. There are no paved roads, no transportation system. Everything, groceries, medicines, school supplies, people carry on their backs from the city. In the city, where something can be obtained by pressing a button, here that same thing requires hours of walking. This distance is not only physical, but mental as well. The land here is hard, rocky, and not very fertile. Yet from this very land, people grow the grains they need. Organic farming here is not a trend, it is a necessity. Chemicals simply cannot reach this place, and perhaps that is why the food here is purer, more authentic, and more natural. But this natural life comes at a cost: low yield, intense labor, and constant uncertainty. Water here is both life and danger. The river is close, but delivering water everywhere is not easy. In some places, trees have dried up, the land looks thirsty. When water is scarce, life slows down, and when water becomes excessive, that same river abandons its calm and turns into a threat. In this environment, the sense of time is also different. Here, instead of clocks, the sun and shadows decide when the day begins and when it ends. With the morning light, life starts moving, and with the evening darkness, everything falls silent. This harsh environment has made the people strong. The surroundings here are not just a background, they are a teacher, one that teaches lessons of patience, hard work, and endurance every single day. With these lessons, the people live their daily lives, where every day brings a new challenge, and behind every challenge, a human story. The thing that draws the most attention is the people who live here. They do not live against nature. They have learned to live with it. Their lives are not fixed like an urban routine. Instead, each day takes a new shape according to the weather, water, and light. Here, mornings do not begin with alarm clocks, but with cold air and the lengthening of shadows. People wake up early and first check on their land and their animals, because here, if today's work is left undone, there is no guarantee of tomorrow. Arable land is limited, but the labor is immense. Every seed planted in the soil is sown together with hope. Children become part of this life very early. Going to school here is not just about getting an education, it is a journey. Every morning, children walk on foot toward Skardu and return by evening. Tired feet, but no complaints on their faces, because here, fighting hardship is something children learn from a very young age. Men often leave for the city early in the morning to work. Some go for daily labor, some men take on small jobs so that the household can survive. The women stay behind, managing the home, the fields, and the children. Gathering firewood, bringing water, cooking food, every task here demands both time and strength. Yet, despite all this, there is a strange sense of contentment on people's faces. Life in this village is not lived alone. In difficult times, people become each other's support. If someone has a little extra today, they quietly take it to another household, because everyone knows that no one can predict whose day will become difficult tomorrow. The electric system is very limited, and as night falls, the entire village sinks into deep darkness. But within this darkness, conversations begin. Stories are shared, and elders pass on their life experiences to the next generation. These are not just stories, they are knowledge of survival. The people living here do not depend on urban conveniences. Instead, they know how to live with dignity. Their daily lives are a silent struggle, where no one claps, no camera is always present, yet they win every single day, simply because they have accepted a difficult life. This acceptance has shaped their culture, their food, and their traditions, all of which are directly connected to their environment. The culture of this village is not something written in a book. It is part of everyday life. Clothing, food, and lifestyle here are not just identity markers, they are compromises made with the environment. Harsh winters, limited resources, and isolation have taught the people a simple yet deeply meaningful way of life. Most people wear thick, warm clothing, not as fashion, but out of necessity. Woolen garments, long coats, caps or shawls to cover the head. Everything is meant to fight the cold. There is no glamour in these clothes, but there is the scent of hard work and tradition. Many garments are made at home so they can withstand both the cold and daily labor. As for food, it mostly consists of what grows locally. Vegetables may be small, but they are fresh. Grains are limited, so wasting food is considered a sin. Meals are simple, but they are free from adulteration. People here do not eat to fill their stomachs, but to survive and gain strength. During winter, the importance of food increases even more. Hot soups, dry bread, and items that keep the body warm from within. Every home has a fire set up where people gather in the evening. This is not just a way to stay warm, it is a time for conversation, consultation, and strengthening relationships. Traditions live quietly here. There are no grand rituals, but every task is done in its own way. If guests arrive, whatever's available in the house is offered to them. Not much, but from the heart. Whether it's a wedding or a time of hardship, the entire village stands together like one family. Children are taught these ways from a very young age: how to save water, how to value food, and how to live with nature through understanding rather than resistance. This education is not part of a school syllabus, it is a lesson of life itself. One of the most beautiful aspects of this culture is that things move slowly here. There is no rush, no chaos. Time is not under people's control. Instead, people have learned to move with time. That is why, despite its hardships, life here feels peaceful from within. And when a person experiences this peace, they also realize that along with beauty, danger exists here too. A danger that quietly moves alongside nature's flow. The beauty of this village can make one lose themselves in imagination. The flowing waters of the Indus River, the snow-covered peaks of towering mountains, and narrow paths that hide new destinations at every turn. All of this creates a scene that feels like a different world, far from the noise of the city. Every fold of the mountains and every valley tells nature's own story, as if time itself is the ruler here. But behind this beauty lies danger. The paths are rocky. During snow and rain, the risk of slipping increases. The river's water looks calm and soothing, but after heavy rains, it can sweep away streets and streams. Every year, a series of small hardships affects people and animals alike, and all of this has become part of daily life. Tourists and explorers who come here often lose themselves in the natural beauty, but every step requires caution. This landscape is not just a test for the eyes, but a test for life itself. One wrong step, one slip, and finding a way back to the city becomes difficult. The people here understand this natural balance. For them, danger and beauty walk side by side, and they have learned to live with both respect and caution. Still, this scenery touches every person emotionally. When the morning light reflects on the river's surface, or when snow blankets the entire village in white, the view is not just beautiful, it awakens human emotions. This beauty inspires people, while the danger reminds them that the true purpose of life is not just to see, but to understand and endure as well. Between this beauty and danger, the daily decisions of the villagers create new stories. How children go to school, how women manage the home and the land, and how men complete their journey to the city and return, bringing happiness and peace back to the village. All of this is the result of the blend of natural beauty and danger, where every scene tells a story, and every story is proof of human resilience. Life here reminds us all that nature is not only beautiful, but powerful. And this powerful nature constantly tests humans. Yet in this test, humans respond with their courage and patience. Dear friends, during this journey we have seen how a small village, far from the city and surrounded by nature, lives its life. There are no roads, facilities are limited, and the environment is harsh. Yet, despite this, people win every day with their courage, patience, and strong sense of community. This village reminds us that life is not beautiful only in comfort and convenience, but also in struggle, understanding, and human emotion. Think about it. If people can live with such simplicity and purity in such harsh conditions, then how manageable can the small challenges of our own lives become? This village is not just a location, it is a lesson in human resilience, a lesson in living with nature, and a lesson in redefining our priorities.
And when you look at this village's river, mountains, and fields, you do not just feel beauty, you feel respect and gratitude as well. Gratitude for nature, for human courage, and for those small things we ignore every day. Every turn, every path, and every home tells its own story, reminding us that the true beauty of life lies in simplicity and struggle. Dear friends, if today you felt something from this village's story, a new perspective, a new emotion, then hold on to that feeling from the heart. Value the small things in your life and live every challenge as an opportunity. If you enjoyed this journey, share it, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so we can bring more such stories to you. And finally, remember this: the true purpose of life is not just to see or pass by, but to understand, to endure, and to live with gratitude. In this natural balance, we too are a small part. And if we live our lives with an understanding of this balance, every day can become a new story. And may the sense of nature's beauty and human courage always stay with you.